Stories I read to my daughter at bedtime by Patris with illustrations by Janet King. The Girl Who Couldn't Stop Talking. "Wake up, Clara, it's time for school," said Clara's mum as she pulled the cover from her little girl's face. Clara yawned, sat up and smiled. She'd had a very good night's sleep. "Mum, did I stay in my bed all night? I didn't wet the bed. Look, and your belly is happy," said Clara, pointing at her mum's small but pregnant tummy. "Yes," said Clara's mum. "Well done you." Clara's mum was trying to think of which clothes Clara would wear to school. She then felt Clara's bed to see if it was dry. "Am I going to have a bath, Mummy?" "Yes," said Clara's mum, now holding two towels and unsure of which one to use. "Can I have the pink towel, Mummy?" "Yes," said Clara's mum, returning the other towel back and picking out a white vest, white knickers, a red polo shirt, a red jumper, a blue skirt, and purple tights from Clara's wardrobe. Clara then jumped into the bath. Splish, splash, splosh. "Mummy, is today Thursday?" Her mum was about to speak, but Clara kept on talking. "Because if it is Thursday, Mrs. Jacobs said the sun will come out and all the leaves will grow back on the trees. In the winter, the leaves don't grow, they die. The slide at school isn't big enough for me anymore. But when the sun is out, it is spinning around the earth, making everything warm again and helping the leaves grow for springtime." "Yes," said Clara's mum, taking Clara out the bath. Clara kept on talking, even as her mum drove the car to school. "Mummy?" "Yes, Clara," said her mum, who was thinking that she was going to be late for work. "Can I write my name on the paper today before I go to breakfast club?" Clara's mum nodded her head. "I wanted to use the red pen that I got for my birthday, not the black one you use. It doesn't work properly," said Clara. Clara's mum looked at the time on her watch and said, "Yes, darling, you can sign your name in today." "And will you be on time to pick me up, Mummy?" asked Clara, looking out of the window and seeing her school friends Hilary and Matthew. "I don't like sitting in Mrs. Jacobs' class when everyone else is going home. She reads very quickly and doesn't let me read the book myself." "But I can, Mummy. I can read it. Do you know what my best book is?" But Clara's mum didn't answer. She was trying to reverse park the car in between two other cars. "Mummy, do you know what it is?" "What is it, Clara?" Clara paused, tugged on her seatbelt and said, "It doesn't matter." On the way home from school that evening, Clara kept on talking. Before her mum could ask if she had had a good day, Clara was already talking about what she had learned. "Mrs. Jacobs said that cows moo so people know when they are hungry. Is that true, Mummy?" Clara's mum was tired from a busy day at work and nodded her head. "Is it true?" Clara said again. "Yes," said Clara's mum. "Are we going home? I'm hungry too. Pigs oink when they're hungry. Bears growl. Dogs bark. Cats meow. Did you know that, Mummy?" asked Clara. Clara's mum nodded again. She thought about the clothes she had to wash later and said, "We're going to the supermarket to get some food, and then we're going home." "Are we going to Tesco, Mum? Am I too big to sit in the trolley?" A short sigh came from Clara's mum, and once again she didn't answer the little girl. When Clara got home, she just didn't keep on talking. She started to scream with excitement. She thought about all the things she could do. She ran into the kitchen. "Mummy, can I play with my new CD, please?" she asked. "No, can I do some egg painting instead?" "Or do you want to be in my theatre show? You could be my door person." Clara's mum turned around, bent down to face Clara, and shouted at her, "I wish you would be quiet." Clara stopped talking. She looked at her mum's belly, made a frown, and felt sad. She sat down on a chair and didn't say anything. Clara's mum turned around again and began to put on their dinner. Suddenly, the front door opened and Clara's dad came in. He had been at work all day. He walked over to Clara. "Hello, Clara. Have you had a good day today at school?" he asked. Clara shrugged her shoulders, looked over at her mum, and then back to her dad. "Yes," replied Clara. Clara's dad knew that she was upset from the look on her face, so he walked over to her mum. "Should I speak with Mummy?" asked her dad. "Yes," said Clara quietly. During dinner, Clara was still quiet and wasn't talking to anyone. She hadn't eaten any food and was no longer hungry. Clara's mum and dad were quiet as well, because they were not used to Clara not talking and wondered if she was okay. "I'm sorry, Clara," said her mum. "I didn't mean to shout at you. Are you okay?" "Yes," said Clara, looking at her red jumper and thinking about what books she could read in her bedroom. "Do you want to go in your room and eat your food later?" her dad asked. Clara moved her plate, nodded her head, and left the dining room. Later that evening, Clara's mum came into the room to see Clara reading a book on her bed. "Are you sure you're all right? You know I'm sorry, don't you?" said Clara's mum. Clara stared at her mum with a sullen look. "Are you hungry now? Shall I bring your food in here? Do you want some ice cream for dessert?" Clara didn't smile and kept on reading the book, but she was hungry, so she nodded her head. Just then, there was a knock at her bedroom door. The door opened and a huge black and white cow came into her room. Clara sat up, held firmly onto her teddy bear, and watched the cow. "Moo," said the cow, walking around her room. "Do you know what happens if I couldn't moo?" said the cow, as she stopped walking. "I would not be able to tell other cows that it is okay to eat grass, hay, garden vegetable, and shrubs. That's why cows go moo, so we can talk to one another." Clara kept on looking at the cow as the cow turned and left the room. She was about to say something, but she heard a noise coming from her wardrobe. The wardrobe doors opened and out jumped a big furry brown bear. "Growl, growl," said the bear as he stumbled near Clara's bed. "Bears don't growl all the time," said the bear, stopping to look at Clara. "We growl when we think other bears are in danger or could be in trouble. Most of the time we are quiet, just like you now." The bear ran back into the wardrobe and closed the door. Clara stared and kept on looking at the door, but didn't say anything. She then heard a tapping sound at her window. Through the small gap in the window, a parrot flew into her room, circling above Clara's head. Clara reached out to touch the bird and smiled. "Hello," squawked the parrot, who had green, blue, orange, and red feathers. "Hello, hello, hello." The parrot did not say anything else. She flew around some more, and then flew quickly back out of the window. Clara stood up by her bed. "Woof, woof, 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 woof." A loud barking noise was coming from under Clara's bed. It was a fast barking noise. Clara leaned over her bed and saw a small black tail wagging before her eyes. A dog was wagging its tail and barking under her bed. He came out and jumped onto her bed. "Woof," said the dog. "Us dogs bark in lots of different ways. It makes other animals and people like you see things that you might not see." "What do you mean?" asked Clara, finally speaking. "Well, a fast bark, woof woof woof, means I want you to see something. Or if I bark softly, that means I am happy. And if I howl, or bark loudly, that means I am in pain and something has hurt me." "That's not nice," said Clara. "I know," said the dog. "That's why we need to bark, so you can help us." The dog jumped off the bed and he disappeared back under the bed. Clara leaned forward to see him, but she could not see his wagging tail this time. Clara's mum came back into the room with some food and ice cream. She sat next to Clara and watched her eat the food. "I'm sorry, Clara. I didn't mean to shout at you. It was not your fault." Clara stopped eating and looked at her mum. "I miss it when you're not talking. We have more fun when we talk, don't we?" asked her mum. Clara nodded her head and then took a scoop of her ice cream. "Yes, we do, Mummy," she said. The next morning, Clara yawned and grabbed her teddy bear. She'd had a very good night's sleep. "Mum, did I stay in bed all night? I didn't wet the bed. Look," said Clara, touching her bed. She then remembered her animal friends she had met the day before. "Do you know, Mummy, cows moo when they are hungry?" Her mum smiled. "I do now." "Why are you smiling for, Mummy?" asked Clara. "Is it Friday today? Am I going to school? Can I write my name on the paper today before breakfast club, Mummy? I want to use the red pen that I got for my birthday, not the black one you use. It doesn't work properly." "Of course you can," said Clara's mum, nodding her head at the same time. It was good to have the talking Clara back again.